Hi y'all, my name's Shelby and welcome to my kitchen. So, being a college student, it's tough. We all know it's tough. However, I know one of my biggest challenges is eating fresh meals consistently. That's why I decided to try HelloFresh for the first time, and I'm going to show you today the first meal I chose to cook with HelloFresh, and it's called Sweet Apple Pork Tenderloin. It was absolutely fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and show you step by step the process, what happens when you get your package and all the food that they give you, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So come on, let's get started. Okay, so first thing you want to do is sign up. Go to HelloFresh.com and go ahead and put in all your information. Go look at all of their recipes. Go check out what their next week's recipes are going to be. And think about what you want. They let you pick, so don't worry. You don't have to get what they give you. You have options. And then once you click submit, just wait for your package to arrive. Once your package arrives, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be in a nice big box. It's going to say HelloFresh all over it. You're going to go ahead, open it up, and right when you first open it up, there's going to be everything that you needed. I even got a discount card. That's pretty cool. Now, here's all of your menus. Here's all of your steps on how to cook all of your food. And now you open up all of the extra stuff, and there's all your food sectioned off, really nice and pretty, nice and fresh, and ready to go. There at the bottom of all your bags with all of your assorted food is going to be your freezer section of food where they've kept your meat and your fish and anything else that you've gotten nice and cold. And plus, everything's recyclable, which is awesome. Okay, so I went ahead and took out all the food for this one meal. Look how awesome this food looks. It's nice and fresh, nicely sealed and nicely organized. Everything's labeled, and the pamphlet that they give you with all of your instruction on it even shows you what the meal should look like, and it even tells you exactly how to do it step by step. They give you everything you need, even all of your seasonings, except salt and sugar and pepper. Let's go ahead and look at what our first step is. So our first step is to wash and dry all the potatoes and to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Next, we go ahead and cut the potatoes into about 1-inch cubes. Then we're going to go ahead and place the potatoes and the cauliflower, which you also have to cut up the cauliflower, into a large pot with a pinch of salt and just enough water to cover about 1 inch of the food, and let it all boil. You're going to go ahead and let this boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. Next, we're going to go to step 2. We're going to go ahead and sear our pork tenderloin. We're going to go ahead and drizzle some oil into a nice hot pan. I personally use cast iron pans, but let's be honest, we're in college. If you don't have a cast iron pan, you don't need to use a cast iron pan. You're going to go ahead and season your pork with salt and pepper and a ½ tablespoon of thyme, which they did give you. Next, once the pan is nice and hot, you're going to go ahead and place your seasoned meat onto the pan, and you're going to hear that wonderful sound. Go ahead and let it sit on each side for about 4 to 8 minutes. Next, we're going to go ahead and take care of those snap peas and actually bake our pork tenderloin. You're going to go ahead and place them on a pan, greased usually. And with that, once your meat is done searing, you're going to go ahead and place your meat onto the pan as well. But before you place your snap peas on the pan, make sure you remember to drizzle them with a little bit of oil and season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. Or if you're like me, maybe a little Cajun seasoning, just for a hint of spice. Once you go ahead and place those onto the pan, you're going to put this into the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. Next, we're going to go ahead and take care of those apples. You're going to go ahead and chop up your apples into about a ½ inch cubes. take the pan that you seared your meat in, give it a nice little wipe down. Don't ever use soap, but do a nice little wipe down. Put in some butter, drizzle a little bit of oil, and go ahead and throw those apples in there. While those apples are in there, you're gonna go ahead and add salt and maybe a little bit of pepper. You're gonna slowly stir in that stock concentrate so that way it doesn't stick to the pan really hard. Also, so that way the flavors are nice and even throughout all the apples. And then towards the end, if you need to, go ahead and add a little bit of water so that way everything stays nice and moist and nothing sticks to the pan. And you're gonna do this for about 4 minutes so that way everything is nice and crispy and your apples are nice and tender. So next step, we're gonna go ahead and make the mashed potatoes. You're gonna go ahead, strain all of your potatoes, all of your cauliflower. Go ahead and put it right back into that bowl while it's all nice and warm. Go ahead and add a little bit of butter, maybe a little bit of salt in case you need it, and go ahead and just start mashing that up till they're nice and creamy or to the consistency that you like. Finally, go ahead and take your stuff out of the oven. Make sure it's done all the way, and if it's not done all the way, you can always put it back in or put it back on that hot skillet just to go ahead and give it a little bit of extra crispiness. But then once it's ready, go ahead and take it out, lay it out on your plate, cut it up if you want to, make it look nice and pretty. I personally did it, but go ahead and take a look at all of these beautiful colors. All of the greens from the sweet peas. Look at that nice crispy texture outside of that pork tenderloin. And those mashed potatoes look so good. I'm so excited to eat this. And look, it even looks exactly like the picture. Well, organized a little differently, but still, almost exactly the same. There you have it. Sweet apple pork tenderloin, ready to eat. Now, this has been a fantastic meal that I've cooked. I'm so excited to cook this again. And now, I even get to keep this recipe and cook it any other time that I want to. But now, I get to add my own twist to it if I want to. So, I appreciate you watching. Please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and join me back next week. See you later.